Alright guys, you know the deal, let's get right into it. Starting off, we got Young Link. So, playing this character is pretty simple. You mostly have to exploit his lack of airspeed and his poor recovery to set up really easy juggles and edge guards, right? Like, this character is a monster neutral, but, like, look at this, right? Like, I try jumping and drifting, I can't drift anywhere. This means if something like this happens, look how hard for me to, like, drift to the stage. Like, look at that. He's so slow in the air with such poor acceleration and such a poor recovery that it's kind of like Bowser matchup where low angle hitting moves screw him over, hitting him off stage and chasing him aggressively screws him over, and challenging his linear recovery is also just what you gotta do. It's honestly as simple as, like, kind of look for the moves that put him in those spots. You know, you want to end your combos ways to set him off stage. And juggling is kind of the same way. We gotta juggle him and put him in spots where you're so close up to chase him with more hitboxes because he can't escape. And really exploit that. It also means when he's, like, in the corner, he can't really do ledge jumping out of the corner easily, right? Like, if I'm here and I try doing this, I need to double jump just to get, like, into the middle of the screen. And it's so much time to react to me just doing this. And a lot of other characters honestly can be exploited like this because of slow airspeed. But I think Young Link especially, you have to exploit him like that. Because otherwise, like, if he plays neutral too much, it's too hard to win, honestly. Alright, it's Ganondorf. Come on, just respect his buttons, right? Easy peasy. Alright, for real though, when it comes to fighting this character, you have to accept that, you know, he doesn't have, like, swords. You can't really challenge his attacks. Like, even if you're like a Lucina, it's rare to swing and he's swinging because his nair is so big. Because down B is, like, goes so far. Because dash attack can be so scary. So when you fight this character, you're mostly kind of playing a game of being player 2, like letting him swing and then punishing by moving out of his range a lot and throwing, like, projectiles. If you have really long hitboxes, you can do that. Like, say you min throwing at your arms. And then the moment, like, he messes up and you get punished, you want to abuse that by constantly swinging at him and pressuring him. Because once he's, like, under pressure, it's kind of like DK where he doesn't have the best tools to escape the pressure. And so, like, you want to abuse that. And if you start fighting Ganondorf and then not pressing many buttons because you've been doing that, or they're just more passive, then you can start swinging a little bit more. But the main thing is you don't want to be attacking as Ganondorf is attacking. It's either before or after. So Mewtwo, first, let me say right now, if this character wasn't so big and light, he'd be a top tier. Like, straight up, his speed, his attacks, all this stuff is amazing. But his size especially is exploitable. Not just because he's combo food, right? But because his hitboxes don't cover his, like, his height that well, right? Like, if you jump above him, he actually doesn't have the best anti-airs. He can move around, like, you know, bait out, like, jump in, like, dash back, shadow ball. He can, like, fair you. But, like, both of those things are kind of like you getting to his height, right? Like, if you're above him, the only options he has is, like, up tilt, which, yeah, he has his tail, exposes himself, up air. Same thing, like, up smash, which is committal. Like, he doesn't have, like, a great anti-air tool. And I also have up smash, which is extra, like, committal. Not that rewarding, I'd say. Like close range up tilt and combo and stuff, but, like, catching someone, like, jumping with up tilt, yeah, like, you got, like, that sometimes, and it's, like, whatever. Even, like, the up air, like, let's say he does, like, an up air, right? You can chase, but it's not like a true combo really off a rising up air. And even then, it's, like, at lower percents, it's not even, like, good for follow-ups, really. It's, like, not enough knockback. And also, if he's jumping, it's kind of it's a similar situation where instead of being above him, you can also be below him, right? Because he doesn't have hitboxes to cover below him that well. It's, like, down air is that. And, like, this is a normal thing a lot of characters aren't great at covering below them. But Mewtwo especially has, like, a lot of, like, blind spots below him. The only thing that really, like, covers that is kind of back here if he drifts away. So yeah, really abuse the fact that if he's not, like, at your height, he doesn't have great hitboxes and relies mostly on his movement or taking risks to cover that. So Roy's a character that's known for being very powerful up close, but sometimes I feel like that is a misstatement because while he has really safe aerials, like forward air, nair, whatever, like all this stuff is really safe pressure, he has that, like, Lucina syndrome where his grounded moves, except for down tilt up close, are pretty unsafe in block. So if you block, for example, jab up close, most characters can punish that with up B, up smash, or grab, or maybe jump nair. Shit, depends on the character. Same with, like, forward tilt up close, punish one block. Down tilt's pretty safe, but in exchange, it's slower startup so you can challenge it, and it also doesn't cover jump at all. So when he's doing all this stuff like this, he's pretty safe, although not too much range. But if he ever tries hitting your shield with anything like this, you can punish, and it's key, and I mean key when fighting Roy players, to be ready to block the jabs and punish, because jab leads to so much damage and kills for them. And if you're consistently like, okay, you're gonna jab me, block it, and then like up smash him, grab him in the back throw him. You will make life a lot harder for him because his disadvantage state, while it's not awful, it's enough that he doesn't want to take many risks. And getting punished like for one of his most common moves is a big risk. And of course, I should add, of course, he can grab you and combo you off with the grab, but yeah, it's like only low-ish percent combos, and I don't know, his grab's okay, but it's still an ultimate grab that's up close, so it's pretty risky to go for in general. So Chrom. Really, when fighting this character, you just have to remember he doesn't have a projectile. Like, what this means is that his threat range is very limited, right? Like, if he's, like, not here, he can't hit you. Oh, you hear forward smash, but like he is a very limited threat range. He does have a good burst option, like dash attack's not that great. He can do like dash up nair, sure, but it's not exactly like the fastest thing or the most reliable thing to have to do like this to burst people down. So as a result, just always be aware of like the spacing you're at when fighting him, and always think to yourself, all right, I'm outside of his attack range. He has to commit to moving forward to hit me, or I have to commit to moving forward for him to be in like my range. Always think about his range and the fact that like, if you guys are fighting, like, here, he's not a threat at all. Like, if he's off stage, like, here, he's not a threat. You can just go off and chase him, honestly, as long as you don't get hit by, like, an aerial as you're doing it. And there's so many places where he is just not able to hit you. For Game Watch, you have to, I mean, you have to be, like, willing to go off and punish his up B and down air. Like, especially his down air. This move, surprisingly, has a decent window of lag. If it does, like, this, for example, still laggy. Like, if he does, like, even that like leg, right? Like, he has to do like double jump up B downer to like air dodge it, and even then, if he does like this, like it's still a lot of time to hit him from the side. You can still like throw out a move that outranges his like landing there if he does that. Really, like when you fight Game Watch players, be ready for that move. Be ready to hit him from the side, but you're not letting him get away with it. And even for up B, if you know he's gonna up B, don't be afraid to like chase him. Like getting underneath him is kind of bad because challenging downer directly is pretty bad. But like if you're to the side of him and he up Bs, if you just like jump at him and say like back air him or forward air him, he doesn't have the fastest or best option to deal with that, right? Like nair is gonna start above him and hit to the side eventually. Forward air is slow and can be challenged. Sure, back air is nice, but doesn't cover the diagonal blind spot. So you need to make sure you stop from doing that freely. Otherwise, Game Watch players will just do this and run it over you, and you can't let them do this. Especially with how lightweight it is, he can't afford to make mistakes and get like punished hard even once or twice. It can be stock ending pretty easily. With that said, guys, that'll be it for today's video. Get y'all for the next one. Guys, don't forget, I do have a Patreon I'm trying to upload stuff to. And of course, I got a METAFY as well. If you want to get lessons from me, the best coach in Smash, if I do say so myself, you know what to do. Check out those links in the description below.